What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neo Charge on PSN, and joining me as always, we're on episode number 24, is a retro gaming encyclopedia. Bob Harriman, Leon Lionheartley on PSN. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Here's Johnny. How's it going, man? It's spooky season.
Good.
I got to start it off right.
It is. It's spooky season. We're into the fall. We had some cold days here in Colorado, but today was gorgeous. It was like 75 and sunny. I went on a one-wheel trip.
I'd expect nothing less of you, my friend. And just because of our personalities, yesterday when it was really cold, that was my fucking day, dude. I went for like a 2 mile walk. It's great. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about it. I was talking to my wife about this. Because we're getting to the time of year that I really love. We're coming up on it. And that's when snow is it's a sound absorber, right? And we live here in the city. Colorado Springs has always been a beautiful city, but it's growing. It's growing too fast, some might say. But come wintertime and the snow hits and it's 9:30 at night and it's cold, I can take the dog for a walk or go for a walk for myself, put on a jacket, and it's silence. It's almost, I mean, deafening, huh? But it's peaceful. You can't hear the traffic. You don't hear all of the noise from people playing their music more often than not. You can see your breath coming out in the cold. There is something so fucking zen about that for me, man. I am looking forward to it. I am like a kid anticipating Christmas Day right now.
It's true. You make some valid points. I love the snow. Don't get me wrong. I love looking at it, and I love the way it feels, and I love what it does. I just don't like being in it. I don't like having to walk in it. I don't like having to drive in it. The only time I like snow is when I'm at the top of a mountain with a fucking snowboard strapped to my feet.
Oh, so you're a cloud.
Yeah.
No,
You're just now realizing that, huh?
no, I totally get that. I've always been a snow dog.
Yeah.
Just you put me out on the fucking lake when it's frozen, doing some ice fishing, or you can do other activities. You know, you've got your snowmobiles, which I don't know if you've ever done that before.
No, I haven't. I want to.
It is unreal. It's
Yeah.
there's just something beautiful about being able to just glide across the top of the snow, doing depending on how fast you want to go, dangerous speeds. Lots of drinking because beer will keep you warm
Oh god.
inside the snow.
Don't drink in snowmobile.
Oh yes, please don't do that, folks. Take it from me, you don't want to do that. And yes, don't ask me how I know, but remember, folks, this is your PSA. You can still get a DUI even if you're riding a horse in some states.
Yep. You can get a DUI on a one wheel. And I assume snowmobiling is a little bit like one wheeling. One wheeling, you're floating, man. And if people don't know what a one wheel is, it's like one motorized wheel and you have two foot pads and you lean to go forward and lean back to go back. It's awesome, dude. It'll go like 20 miles an hour. It'll do 15, 18-mile range. I did a nice little urban 5-mile ride, and I went to the park down the street. It was good. And yeah, I like it when it's like 65, 75 out, the sun's out. I don't mind the snow if the sun's out. And in Colorado, when the sun's out, you're never cold.
Even in winter, you're a baked potato in the oven,
Mm-hmm.
man. Those rays hit you. It hits
Oh
different.
yeah. I'll never forget when I moved out here. It was 2011 and it was in November. And that first January, it was like super sunny out. There was no snow or anything. And I went out and I'm like, holy crap, it's like 65 degrees out. It was like 35 degrees out. And I was just laying it. I just had shorts and a t-shirt on and just laying out in the sun in 35-degree weather. You can't do that in Ohio or the Midwest.
No, you can't. That lake snow and that lake cold,
Oh
uh,
god.
it is completely different. You feel it when you
Yeah.
step out. But yeah, that's why I really like Colorado. You get that cold from the winter and you get the snows, but when you hit the sun, you get a nice little toasty warm. And you know what?
Exactly.
You know what goes good in the snow?
What?
Beer.
Yeah, it does. What are you drinking?
Oh, hey, yeah. Now that you ask, I don't know how that got brought up. uh,
Segue.
segue. I don't do transit, as George Carlin once said, folks. I don't do transitional material. Uh, uh, but no, I'm drinking from Wibby. I think that's how you pronounce it. Brewing.
Mhm.
All right, cool. So you know of them.
I do.
This is a interesting take. It's not traditional. So it's kind of it's a weird one. They call it their Oktoberfest lager, which is interesting because an Oktoberfest beer is traditionally not necessarily in that realm.
Right.
But they call it their Wibtoberfest. And I gotta say, man, despite it not being a very traditional one, it's still got that nice, good amber color. It's
Yep.
crisp, it's refreshing. So shout out, not bad. I see what you're doing, and I see the game you're playing, and, I appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah,
What
Wibby made the Moon Door, that beer I had for Death Stranding 2.
Oh, okay, alright, yeah.
That was
Man,
them.
yeah, this is a really good one. I might have to see what else they got, out of Longmont, Colorado,
Yeah.
so definitely gonna keep an eye out for them. What about you, man? What do
Very
you got
cool.
this evening?
Uh it's 'tis the season, man. And I'm drinking an Oktoberfest too. I fucking love this season, and one of the reasons is all the Oktoberfest. I have a Oktoberfest Marzen style lager from Four Noses Brewing Company. And Four Noses is from Denver, Colorado. So you can see there it is. The
Ooh.
typical Oktoberfest color. It's just like a amber golden deliciousness. And man, yeah, it's one of my favorite types of brews. It's German. It's originated in Germany, of course. And yeah, just a great beer. And Four Noses makes a lot of good shit. I saw their Oktoberfest and I got it. So I got a couple. I got one from Breck too. I drank that during the Metroid marathon.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, you know what? Speaking of which, man, how
Segway.
segue. No, man, I guess I'll let you, I tee it up. I'll let you kick it off. It was your big, bonanza, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. I did it last year with a lesser known Metroid title, Zero Mission. Zero Mission's on the GBA, and it's a remake of the original Metroid for the NES. Still super fun. Emulated it on the Mac, which is cool. But I own the game, so you decide whatever you want there. But yeah, no, this year I was he wanted me to do Metroid Prime Remastered. And Metroid Prime, as you guys know, is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I fucking love that game. It's incredible. I played it over 3 days. We laughed, we cried. It was fun, frustrating. Had some really cool interaction with the community. Just a ton of Metroid fans came together. And yeah, dude, it was a blast. I finished it in my completion time was 10 hours and I got 92%. So I didn't have time to get that 100%. And there are some collectibles you have to really backtrack to get. And, I had 3 days to do it. So it was a blast. And dude, streaming, the technology behind it is so fucking hard. I had to get a new capture card for it. Halfway through last night's stream, my audio just went out. The mic just went out, and I had no idea. The levels, the bar was still moving, and people were like, "Hey, Matt, are you muted?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, we haven't been able to hear you for the last 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? So I just unplug my Astros and plug them back in, and everything starts working. So
Huh.
they were getting power. I don't know what happened. That's what you get when you with streaming. There's so many complexities and so many things going into it. You got to capture the source. You got to capture the audio and video from the source and stream it through Twitch, and then you have to mix your audio in there. And I was on my Astros, and I was getting the game music from the TV, and then I was using Elgato capture card to get the video audio from the TV, but then you have to fuck with a ton of settings on the Mac to get that to work. And yeah, I got everything working. It was all in all, it was a great stream. I had a blast, and man, Metroid Prime is still to this day. There are some frustrating parts. There are some interesting design choices for sure, but still one of the best and one of the best soundtracks. I was jamming the whole time, and just every fucking track in that game is a banger.
Yeah,
So
dude, Metroid Prime is definitely one of those. I mean, Metroid games, I like them. I'll play them, but they're not a oh my goodness like you, right? But Prime hits differently. I've said this before, pretty sure on the cast, and I know we've talked about it. Um, it 100% is a first person shooter first and foremost. And
mhm.
I think that's the fundamental difference. It's a nice spin on a very, very well done and executed idea. And I'm not saying like Super Metroid is yeah, it's prime Metroid. I will stand that ground all day long. But it was an interesting and it came out at a good time and on a really good underrated system. I know
Yep.
there's been a lot of revisionism about the GameCube over the years, but folks, it sold like 20 million units. You
It was
didn't buy
super
them.
underrated.
Yeah, you didn't buy them. People did. I did. I was one of those few.
Bought it on
Um,
launch.
Yep, bought it on launch, had it all, but there just wasn't there. So, but yeah, shout out to Metroid Prime, dude. I love it. The remaster Shadow dropped by Nintendo. What was this year and a half ago, 2 years ago? Um, all I gotta ask is where's 2 and 3?
Right. There are rumors that we're getting a Metroid Direct, and there are heavy rumors for it. And if that happens, we'll probably do another reacts. And yeah, I'm just a huge Metroid fan, and that game kicked off one of the best trilogies ever. Corruption, man, on the Wii. Oh, I want those games remade, and I have them drafted too. So I hope it. I hope it happens. But yeah, shout out to Metroid Database. Thank you so much for having me for the Metroid Marathon again. They invited me next year to potentially play Dread, so I guess I did well, and they want me back. So, but yeah, Ryan's a good friend of mine. He will actually be streaming Echoes this evening. If you're listening to this podcast, he will be on this evening. He's up next, so he is streaming Echoes tonight when we're recording this, and he's going to be streaming Echoes the day this releases. So, Metroid Prime Echoes, he's playing. I might tune in and check it out a little bit. So, dude, the Prime series is so cool, and I'm wondering if they're going to just build off that trilogy or start a new trilogy with Metroid Prime 4. We'll see.
I that's a really good question. I'm gonna be honest. I understand fundamentally where the Prime series kind of fits in there, but I'm not super familiar with the story. It's been so
Sure.
long since I played them. I If I get a chance though, I'd like to go back. If they remake 2 and 3, I will finally sit down and play all three of them
Oh.
at some point because they're amazing. Maybe I'll do it. You know what? Maybe I'll do if they remake them. Maybe I'll rebuy my Switch too.
Ooh, okay, yeah, because yeah, I'm guessing they might remaster them and re-release Prime, and then give us 2 and 3 all on a trilogy for Switch 2 with mouse controls. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. But yeah, if you wanna watch the video of me streaming Prime, there's 3 videos. Or if you want to watch Ryan live shortly after this episode goes live, and he'll be the Metroid Marathon goes throughout the entire month of October. You can go to twitch.tv/Metroid Database, or the YouTube channel is Metroid Database 1. I guess he couldn't get the original or something happened there. I don't know. But it's on Twitch, it's on YouTube. Check it out if you want to watch me beat Prime and yeah, get frustrated a little bit on the phase on mines, but ultimately uh, kick the shit out of the Omega Pirate and Metroid Prime. By all means, check it out. So yeah, twitch.tv/Metroid Database. And yeah, I really hope we get some more Metroid news. Like, dude, they've been doing directs specifically. They did a Mario Kart direct. They did a Kirby Air Riders direct. We got a Donkey Kong Bonanza direct. Like, I'm pretty sure Metroid's important enough to get her own fucking direct, but maybe not. I don't know. Nintendo, for some reason, I know it doesn't sell as well as your Mario's and your Zeldas and your Donkey Kongs and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Metroid is fucking cool. And Samus is as cool of a bounty hunter as the Mandalorian, as Din Djarin, and I will stand on that hill. They are sitting on an incredible IP that's one of the most underrated games of all time. So if you haven't checked out any Metroid game, I'd say start if you're a fan of first-person shooters, start with Prime Remastered. If you're a fan of Metroidvanias, go play Dread. Incredible, incredible games. So yeah, please Nintendo, give us some news. Give us a direct and give us that trilogy. If that
Yeah, I was gonna.
trilogy hits, I might win the draft.
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk. Oh, speaking of the draft, I think we got a follow up from somebody, and I think we wanted to cover base from last week after our state of the draft. I think you want to take this one there, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. We were going on the state of the draft, and we got some feedback. We missed a big game, and uh, so at stats and plats, Admiral Merps, he Trails in the Sky first chapter, which gotta fuck, it's sitting at 90. Like that's game of the year talk right there, and that was counterpicked by Mystic Mace, or Mystic Rank. He is Fallen Wake. So Fallen Wake got -20 on Trails in the Sky first chapter. I had no idea that this was going to hit 90, but hey, man, Caleb. He saw it early. That was his third pick. So you have your draft picks, and then you have your pick ups. So this was in his actual draft picks, like when we draft it, which will be recording the next one. So probably, I don't know, end of December, early January at some point. Uh, and yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, this was his third pick. He believed in it. He saw it. It got a 90. So congratulations, Admiral Merps. That is
Absolutely.
a incredible pickup, and the fact that Little Nightmares right now, I think, is sitting at 75, got me a whole 5 points. It's looking grim for me, meaning I'm gonna get second, and I think Admiral Merps is gonna get crowned this year. But it's anyone's game. I have two more games releasing. Well, I have one more game releasing and one more that's not might be announced. Who knows? And he has three. So, and me and the Hollower got delayed too. So we're late in the year, and now things are like falling into place, and it's looking to the leaderboard is kind of solidifying now. So it has you projected at third, man. You might get podium. So
Yeah, absolutely. I I've been waiting and looking, dude, because as we're recording this 2 days from now, this week, a game that I dropped off my draft to pick up for Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which got me a whopping 6 points, gets
mhm.
released. And I'm telling you, if the Outer Worlds 2 hits the 85 mark, which is potential, I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to be disappointed in myself. Because I should have stuck with my gut, stuck with my instincts. But yeah, that's a great pickup. I know the Trails games are good, so this definitely got my attention. Great pickup for Admiral Merps himself and for Mystic. Womp womp.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's wrong with you, man? You dropped a game that you believed in, that like you originally drafted in the beginning, like one that's near and dear to your heart, and you just didn't go with your gut. What the fuck? What the hell is wrong with you, dude?
I know, right? Jeez. Ugh.
Oh my god. I am saddened at my decision. I dropped Metroid Prime 4 because I really there were so many rumors. Uh, and yeah, if it hits, Caleb picked it up, and it hurts, man. I gotta say, it hurts. But yeah, congratulations to Admiral Merps. He got the 90 out of nowhere for us, but apparently he knew. So we'll see what his next games do. But yeah, we wanted to add that. We forgot to add that. Maybe we'll start listing when games come out, because Fantasy Draft doesn't have like a recent games that have released, and maybe we need to just start like writing them down or something. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe. You know what? I'm actually on the page right now. This is a short list, folks. Okay. So for the month of October, right now, I know we had a couple early on, but this is as we're recording on the 8th of October. We have Little Nightmares 3, which does have its scores. We're watching. On the 16th is actually my next game, with Pokemon Legends ZA. Come on, hit big. Pokemon tax, baby.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, you'll get a easy 80s. Easy.
Easy. And then on the 21st, we have from Mystic. He's got Ninja Gaiden 4, which is coming up. And then
Mhm.
this is why we have to review. We're going to have to review this because the next one, the last one, if I'm not mistaken, is not coming this year, and got delayed. And that's at least not on the 22nd. And that's Dispatch.
No, it got a release date.
Did it get confirmed? Okay.
Yeah, it got confirmed, so, yep.
Okay. I know that one was a little wishy-washy for a while. But yeah, and then that one is by Mystic as well. So Mystic's got two
Mhm.
games. This gives him an opportunity. I mean, he's already ahead, and won't take last. But he's definitely got some time to play catch up because Ninja Gaiden's going to be a really good one, and Dispatch, while a wild card could come out of nowhere like a Skies, or Trails. And I will say, did you see on Open Critic, my friend, the there is a new dog in town on the 2025 Hall of Fame?
No. What is it?
The one game you and I and Admiral Merps could not draft because it had already gotten
Oh, yeah,
previewed.
Hades too. I can't
Yep.
wait, and I'll wait for it to come to PS5 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm so excited for that game. And yet, if you guys want to follow along, you can. There's a fantasy draft channel on the Discord. And by the way, if you want to join the Discord, where can people do that, Bob? Where can they find all our socials and join the community? And if you're listening to the podcast, subscribe to the podcast so you can hear our beautiful voices every Thursday morning.
First off, segue. Uh,
We're fucking nailing them, man. Must be the alcohol.
Yeah. But yeah, folks, open up your browser of choice. I use Opera GX, not sponsored. And go to shapesofgaming.com. You will find the landing page with all of the links to everything in this community. You specifically, as Matt mentioned here, our Discord, where you can come join the community. We've got channels for just about everything. Matt and I are, Matt's on it probably a little bit more than me. I try to get in where I can and sneak in, keep the conversation going there. You can find our podcast service platforms there as well as YouTube. We are working on the video feed. Requires some extra production time. If anybody's not aware of that process, it's a pain. You can find our socials where you've got your Facebook, your Twitter. I still call it Twitter, and all of the others that are linked there. But definitely go check it out, shapesofgaming.com, and come join this little conversation.
Yep. We have fun there. A lot of good conversations about all things nerdy. And yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, the video part, it's lot more processing after, and yeah, there are a lot of intricacies and things involved in getting video out there. So we're working on it. We have a plan. It'll happen when it happens.
Yep.
Uh yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
we'll
oh,
get there.
we'll get there. And just to make sure I did not call this out, folks, I'm so sorry, but here's your leeway into it. You will also find the Twitch, because that's recent. My brain does not work as well. For our Shapes of Gaming, twitch.tv/Shapes of Gaming. Come check it out. There's not a schedule for when we go live, but we've been doing a lot of stuff recently. A lot of Borderlands 4,
Mhm.
with members of the community, my wife included. I'm gonna basically, whenever I'm on and I'm playing and I'm in the mood, I'm gonna just hit broadcast, and you guys can come join. I've got a mic, so if you want to come have a conversation, I'll answer questions. I've got some ideas for some more regular material, but that'll probably be near the end of end of the year when we're getting into the holidays, so you all can get bored watching me fail at whatever getting over it or whatever trendy game is out then.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, and you'll see comments. So if you comment, he'll see it and he'll be on mic. So maybe I don't know, usually on mic. But yeah, yeah, we have fun. We want to play Gears at some point. When, right? Because I still want to play Chronos, and I still want to play Little Nightmares 3. I know it got reviewed lower, but I'm a fan of the IP, and we'll see. I bought it. I had pre-ordered it, so I'm still excited for it. And I'm gonna try and squeeze Silent Hill F in there, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And I gotta finish Ghost before Metroid Prime 4, because Metroid Prime 4 I'm putting everything down for. So Ghost, as you know, is a longer game. Chronos and Little Nightmares I can knock out in October. The remainder of October. But Ghost, I really want to sink my teeth into Ghost and really like spend some time with it, just like Death Stranding. So I'm gonna probably allocate all of November for Ghost. And yeah. And before all that, I need to finish and complete Hollow Knight Silk Song. And I still have Shinobi Art of Vengeance. And I still have the Liza P DLC. So
Oh crap! I forgot about that one.
yep. Yeah, that'd be a good one to stream. So yeah, October was crazy. Thankfully, we have some quiet time in November, December, and I think that'll be some good time to catch up. So we'll talk all about it on this podcast. Speaking of, before we get into the news, do we want to talk a little bit about Borderlands 4 and our completion?
Yeah, yeah. Our journey up to this point, I think
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, and no spoilers. We're not going to spoil the story at all. We're just going to kind of give our closing thoughts on the game because we beat the campaign. I spent, I think, like 60 hours in it. What's your time clock looking like now?
That is a great question. I hadn't even thought about that. Tell you
Yeah,
what, I'll keep a looking up. Well, I'm gonna look it up while
sure.
we discuss Borderlands 4. Actually, you know what? Who am
Yep.
I kidding? Um,
So
eh,
I was Vex and you were Rafa most of the time. Uh I am still in love with Vex. She's awesome. I love her character even more. I broke her pretty badly, I think, with the life steal and everything like that. So I was running the Vexcalation green skill tree mainly, and boy, oh boy. Shout out to Altier 23, I think it is. It's Altier some number. Ryan Altier, he's a good friend of the show, the listener, and a good friend of ours. He played some Borderlands with us, and he hooked us up with some fucking awesome guns. I got one called the Wombo Combo, and that thing wrecks. We got to the last boss, and we won't tell you who the last boss is, but we got to the last boss, and we fucking melted that last boss.
oh yeah, dude. We absolutely destroyed the ever living crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some post game content.
Oh yeah.
Naturally, if you played Borderlands, you know that the main quest is it's not the end; it's only the beginning, so to speak. And I'll leave it like that. But you're right. I think we broke this game pretty good, even without those awesome legendaries from Altier. He did give us some hookups, and I appreciate that. But I do. You know, I gotta say, I remember one moment that I knew I broke that game is when I had that. People talk about it, it's called the Hot Slugger. It's a single shot shotgun, and I had everything stacked it away. I'd shoot one weenie, and then my damage would just start to go up and up and up. And I was one or two, or I was two shotting badasses that were on the map, and you're like, dude. Can you save some for me? Because I just one shot and everything with this little spud gun of a device. And but yeah, man, what can I say that we haven't already said? Um, you know, this is I think this the best thing about Borderlands 4 is this is the most natural evolution that you could go with the Borderlands series to keep it fresh without completely ruining the identity of what made Borderlands or makes it what it is. Um, there is something special about this game. I am not ready to hang my hat up on it taking the crown from two by a country mile. but I will say this firmly sits at the podium in number 2. The writing is when it hits good. It doesn't hit. So in number 2, when the writing hit, you felt it, you loved it. This one, when it hits, it's not. It kind of feels neutral, and then when it misses, sometimes it misses into not cringe, but uncomfortable. Like you can tell a cringe joke, a dad joke, if you will, and everybody goes ooh, or yeah, don't tell that joke. And then you can say a
Mhm.
joke or do something, and everybody kind of has that awkward, uncomfortable feeling, like you're at Christmas dinner with grandpa or with a slightly racist uncle who says off-color jokes. That's where Borderlands
Shut
4
up,
lands in
Uncle
its.
Gary.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, dude. And by the way, I looked my PlayStation got my portal right here, by the way. Shout out to the
Oh,
portal. Uh,
nice.
uh this I have sadly enough, I have 86 hours in this game.
86. Okay.
Um, and I'm not. I want to play more.
Yeah.
I have a lot that I still want to do in the post game. I will be occasionally playing whenever my wife is feeling up to being able to play games with me. She's playing with Vex as well, but she's doing the different build from you. There's still members of the community that I want to play with. I have old army buddies who are like, "Hey, let me know when you get to UVHM. Let's hit it up. Let's do the grind." Because that's when Borderlands really takes off, is when you're grinding bosses and getting in with the community. So yeah, definitely. Borderlands definitely ranks not in the GOTY contender for the year, but it definitely ranks in a game that absolutely is in my top 10.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation. Which one is the best multiplayer game for me this year? Is it Monster Hunter Wilds or Borderlands 4? And yeah, I'm sitting at 65 hours. I am not done with this game by a long shot. There are so many side missions, like you said. The game doesn't end once you finish the campaign, and we still have DLC. So my plan is to wait for the story DLC and then kind of dive back in and do some side missions, play that story DLC. And I've done this with every Borderlands, and notoriously Borderlands has some of the best DLC ever in video games, honestly. Like, I mean, they spun off an entire game from one of Borderlands 2 DLCs, which was Tiny Tina's Dragon Assault. We got Wonderlands from that. And we got a whole ass fucking game based off that DLC because it was so well. And they've announced the new story DLC. We haven't got a lot of uh, details on it, but we did see the new character. So yeah, Borderlands is kind of that continuously living game that I'll go back to, and this is one of the reasons I actually got it digital, because I will keep going back to this game, and I'll have my main story game in there as a disc, and then I got Monster Hunter Wilds digital as well. I still want to go back to Monster Hunter Wilds and do the Final Fantasy stuff, but yeah, I am not done with this game by a long shot. It is not better than 2. I agree. 2 still is the king, but it is my second favorite Borderlands for sure. Yeah, no one beats my girl Maya. My goodness.
Yeah, yeah, and I will go back and probably get the digital version. You
Yeah.
mentioned it. When it goes on sale, I'll buy it at cheap. It always does, right? It's a 2K game. That's what they do. But I definitely and I did this because one, I'm a physical collector, and two, I'm hoping one day that with a new cast and newer aging series, the voice actors will start doing their tours because I want Rafa's autograph on this game, like I've got Brick on Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Is it? He has some of the best lines in there, dude. Like when it, it's a voice clip, so it's not a spoiler, folks. But like when you kill somebody and they're with fire damage, he just screams out, "I get it, you vape." Like,
Yep. Then when
he's
you
got
throw
the
grenades, he's like
yes.
jalapeno. It's so good.
I fucking love it, man. But yeah, definitely. Um, yeah,
And
outside of
Vex
Borderlands.
is just a emo girl that's just like uh, worship me. When I go into like the action skills, she's like, time to worship me. And just
I
wing, yeah, it's just crazy. So
you know who you are in this community. Be careful of Borderlands 4 and be careful of Vex.
Oh yeah,
uh,
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah,
but
if you want to play with us, we'll be off and on. Uh, we fucking love Borderlands, and
yeah,
we played the shit out of it, and plan to play way more. So
yeah.
fantastic game, still a little broken, but better. Uh, God damn it, Randy!
God damn it, Randy.
You had
Um,
you had two fucking legendaries disappear on you. Just one disappeared in front of your eyes, and the other automated cutscene happened, and it didn't take you back, and it wasn't in your lost loot. And dude, I'll see purples all over the ground. I'm leaving. I go to my lost loot, and there's greens and fucking whites, and I'm like, what is the algorithm here? It's broke.
yes, we can we talk about that for a moment? I'm
Yeah,
getting the same thing, and
yeah,
it's really irritating because I purposely don't pick up some high-end things because I wanna have it go into my lost loot, and I'm
right.
saving a little space for when the boss drops a legendary or
Hmm.
whatever that looks like. Yeah, there's definitely some, issues with some of the algorithm. Um, I don't know if I told you this, but so you were always hosting the online games because
Hmm.
I had no problem doing that. I don't care who's hosting, but now I do because
But
even though all of my quest logs show I've completed every quest, I've got the achievements for the same things that we popped. The map markers are not showing for me unless I go to that physical location.
oh my god, that
Yeah,
sucks.
so I have like half the map is unshrouded or unfogged, but none of the icons are there, so I can't fast travel because my instance of Borderlands 4 thinks I never went there
Oh
or thinks I did. I don't really know.
I had that happen. Remember when I had question marks and I was like, "What's this place?" And I get to it and it's like a completed fucking area. And I'm like, "God damn it, Randy."
Yeah, it's those little things, and I think they'll clean them up.
Oh yeah, they will. They will.
There's definitely to it, and I don't want to dog on Borderlands 4. I highly recommend you go check, folks,
Mhm.
go check this out and go play it. But this is the cadence of 2K games recently. Civilization 7 was like this when it first came out back in February, um, and they're just going to continue to roll out updates. So uh,
It's
definitely go
honestly
check out.
it's honestly a testament to the game because when I start seeing performance issues, and this one has a lot, I will usually put down the game and be like, I'll play it when it's fixed. But this game was so engaging, so fun, and just incredible gameplay that it outshined or outshone the performance issues. And I'll usually be like, you know what, they're gonna fix it. I'll play a fixed game eventually. But this one, it kept hooking me back, and there were some major performance issues. So when they dial things in, and they will, because they're still selling the game. They're still selling parts of the game. So they are invested long term and they're going to keep fixing it and they're going to keep optimizing it. It's when the performance hits as much as the gameplay did, we're going to have a beautiful gem on our hands. So,
Yeah, absolutely, man.
yep.
But comes close the chapter of Borderlands 4. I guess we'll wait until the DLC hits.
Yep.
Um, I don't know. I guess I didn't ask. Are you playing anything else this week? Because I know you did the streaming.
This week, no. I was playing Metroid Prime. I plan on wrapping up Silk Song. That's what I do. I mean, very, very, very early in the game, you see Act One, right? You see there's acts. Okay, I'm in Act Three. I'm not gonna say anything more, but I'm in the final act. The game will end before that. So I'm in game, and if you've played Hollow Knight, there are multiple endings. So I'm just kind of so I've finished the game. I've rolled credits, but I haven't completed it. And I do want to scour the map and get all the collectibles. And I think, I rolled credits, so that's kind of my gauge if I can like go look at a guide, because I usually don't look at a guide until I beat the game. That's kind of my personal rule. I don't look at a guide or honestly even the trophies until I beat the game. Roll credits, if you will. So yeah, I'm going for collectibles and I'm going for that that secret ending. And I want to at least 100% it. Yeah, and then I plan to play and stream Chronos on my personal Twitch channel. So
Well, what is it?
twitch.tv, twitch.tv/neocharge.
There you
So,
go.
so yeah, that's going to be my spooky game. And yeah, you have yet to play Chronos too. Probably holiday, yeah?
I don't. I'm gonna get to it. I don't have it own it yet. This is a time and period where I'm told to put a lot of purchases on freeze for the holidays' sake.
Mhm.
Even if hey guys, I'm 40 years old. I still get Christmas presents under the tree, even though I don't ask for them.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, this makes it to where it's there. If I get around to a spooky season stream, I do have sitting on the shelf Hell Is Us.
Ooh,
I
that'd be
think that would be
cool.
a really fun one. I'm it's got my interest. There's something about that says I know it's a 7 out of 10. And
Mhm.
that's not to say a bad thing because a 7 out of 10 is a good game objectively. It's
But
just
I mean,
not a
it got like 80s, so it's an 8 out of 10.
yeah, it's an a oh yeah, it did get the 80s.
Yeah,
Um
Hell is S reviewed very well.
yeah.
Actually, Chronos is a 7 out, got like
Oh yeah.
76. So Hell is Us scored way better. Yeah, that would be a really good stream game, like a community, because it tells you nothing. The game tells you nothing. And I guess the community could like all chip in and be like, well, what if you do this? Or they'll fucking look it up and spoil it for you in chat. Who knows? Don't do that.
Yeah, please don't. I always do. Be your own judgment and marker for when you do it. If you look up a guide
Right.
right away and you look up a secret, I'm not going to judge you for a puzzle.
Yeah,
If you're
no.
looking up a puzzle right away, but this is one of those games that it's designed to for you to kind of to figure it out on your own. And then if you get frustrated enough, go ahead. But at least kind of play the game the way it's intended. And I plan on
Yeah.
doing that, even if I'm drunk and too stupid to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, if you play the game like right off and you look at the guide like right before the start, it just makes you just a little bit of a bitch. But other than that, uh no, that's just my personal rule. You don't look at a guide. You don't look up secrets. But there have been some crazy secrets, and I heard Hell Is Us is pretty uh not handholdy at all. And that actually attracts me to it. So dude, I will tune in on that and I will help you solve some puzzles for sure. It'll be like a community thing. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, just a matter of when I can get to it.
Exactly, exactly. Right. So yeah, that's this week I'm finishing up Silk Song, getting ready for Kronos. So yep.
Perfect,
How about
man.
you? How about you? I saw you
Um,
at Crow Country.
yeah, I was gonna do it, and then I realized I was overlapping with the Metroid Prime stream because I don't know. I don't even know
No
what week it
worries.
is. It feels like right now. Uh, I know we kind of
Dude.
talked about this, and I don't want to get too personal with you guys, or be like, "Hey, here are all my stories." But I'm going through a stage in my life right now. Not a bad thing, but I like to think of my life as one big video game. We all are living in RPG. We all have stats. It's your story is yours, and that's what makes you unique. Um, I've gone through my prequel. Growing up, I've done chapter one, getting a career, chapter two, starting the family. I'm kind of getting near the end of chapter two, going into chapter three when I get to open world explore. Um, and it's kind of left me into a point where I can't really sit down in front of a game, in front of the TV, and play for hours on end right now. So I've been doing a lot of Portal playing. Uh, Ooh, that sounds
Nice.
dirty. Uh,
Portal playing.
Portal.
Dude, with that analogy, I'm in the fucking water level of my video game.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Let's hope you take off those iron boots.
Right. Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm going in the menu every time. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the fucking water temple of my life right now. Ugh.
But no, I've been doing. That is such a weird analogy, and I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of playing on the PlayStation Portal. Shout out to that device. If you have a PlayStation, this device, and you're like me, where some weeks you're not able to sit in front of the TV, this is an amazing device. You can do it locally. But I played Ivalice Chronicles for about 3-4 hours. Um, and even in this short time, dude, this game fucking rules. This is kind of a mashup between the original, which came out in 97 on the PlayStation, and then we got a re-release. I don't remember what year, so don't quote me, folks. The War of the Lions edition, which came out to the Vita. Um, and you know what? This is kind of a mix-up. You've got classic mode and you've got this enhanced mode. The enhanced mode takes all of the good story bits and translation fixes from the War of the Lions edition and puts it on top of the mechanics and the gameplay from the base edition. Uh, Full on voice acting. And there was one voice. I'm not going to say who the character was because I don't know. I don't remember how much of a role they play, but there was a voice, and I went, "Is that who I think it is?" And I had to go look it up online. It's Ben Starr.
Oh my god, yes. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I heard it and was like, "That's Ben Starr." I had to go look it up
Beautiful.
for confirmation bias, but this game, if you're remotely even interested in the tactic style games, these grid based games, Final Fantasy Tactics is probably the best one to get into. It translates into very well from a well known RPG. There's a lot of series. There's a lot of good tropes with the usuals. The chocobos are there, and this story is very different when it comes to a lot of what you would get out of what you would expect from a very colorful game. This is very dark. It's very political. This is very Game of Thrones like in its tone. And I'm all here for it. This picks up and plays when I can. And then the other one, back to it. I mentioned it last week. I'm addicted. I knew it was going to happen. I shouldn't have fucking done it. I've put 24 hours into this fucking game already, dude.
Damn.
And that is Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition. Um, Match 3 style game with all kinds of RPG mechanics, and I don't care about the story, not even paying attention. I'm just building a character and finding a way to break the game, kind of like Borderlands. The only thing I can say, if you are somewhat interested in this kind of a game, it's really good. Pick up and play. Just know you're going to see patterns where it seems like the AI, because if you don't make a move after a few seconds, because I'm looking and trying to figure out what to do next, the game's going to kind of be like, hey, here's a recommended match or a move you can do. That's bait. 9 times out of 10, the game's like, hey,
That's
you can make
awesome.
this move because then the enemy gets a turn and then they do this all kinds of combo stuff and you lose the match. So it is very frustrating in that regard. Sometimes almost feels unfair, but when you finally get through it, you feel satisfied and refreshed. But yeah, definitely, I'm addicted to it again, man. I knew I shouldn't have bought it, but I couldn't help myself.
I love that it's like an opposite hand holding. Like it recommends the wrong thing for you, so you lose. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll see that because if the three match, so it'll be like, hey, match, move
Hmm.
this piece, and you'll get three match, and that'll give you what you need.
Right.
Because there's certain different the gems correlate to different mana types of mana, and the game knows based on your build almost like what kind of mana you need to do your spells or abilities or whatever. So to be like, hey, you can move these ones, and it's going to give you the mana you need. But little do you realize your opponent AI has figured out that out and is playing it into their favor. So if you make that move, that'll drop down, and then they'll get a combo that lets them do these extra number of things, and then you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. So it's frustratingly beautiful. That's all I can say.
Dang. That's crazy. And dude, what a fantastic Portal game. Two fantastic Portal games. You got Ivalice Chronicles and Puzzle Quest. Dude, I'm super excited for the Ivalice Chronicles. I played the original Final Fantasy Tactics. I played the shit out of that offshoot Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. Uh, that was kind of a, I don't know, spiritual successor to it. Still, like, it's a Final Fantasy Tactics game, but advanced. It was almost like a port, but with different some different things there. So yeah, I can't wait. It might be like my dead of winter cozy game. I think that might be the cozy game for me. But who knows? In fucking what January we have something coming out, and then February we have Resident Evil, and then March. Oh God. So yeah, um, that's awesome. You're enjoying Tactics. I haven't got it. I haven't even. I won't get to it probably till winter. But I'm very excited for it, and it's Final Fantasy, and it's awesome. So I can't wait. I'll eventually play it, and I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, definitely go check it out, folks.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sure.
man, that's all we're on there. I've got things in the channel. This week is a week where I may not be able to play as much as I'd like. Particularly this weekend, if everything goes to plan, I'm going to be shot, and
Hmm.
um, so expect to hear more of this, the same next week. But maybe who knows? Life can throw anything at you, folks.
Exactly. Yeah, you just got to be ready for it. Ride the roller coaster of life, surf the wave to oblivion or success. Who knows? Either way, it's going to be exciting.
I'm going down with the ship, baby.
Exactly. Surf that wave. So, yeah, I got a lot going on this week too. I'm gonna pepper in Silk Song when I can. But yeah, I got 3 Tron Ares showings, baby, and it comes out tomorrow. I'm going to see it in IMAX. I'm going to see it in XD, and I'm going to see it in Dolby. So can't wait. Hope it's good. I'm cautiously optimistic, but we'll see. I'll report back on the next episode to tell you if I absolutely loved it or I didn't like it. So I just don't know what Disney's going to do with it. I'm going in completely dark. I don't want to look at any reviews. I don't want to look at any scores. And yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, dude, I'd like to see it. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a big movie guy, but I'm always down to just go hang out with friends, right? You know,
Yeah.
small gathering. I can't do big crowds,
Oh,
which
for sure, for sure. I fucking love the movies. I live close to one. I just love grabbing a beer and some good food, and then going to the movies, grabbing me some popcorn, and I love the movie theater experience. And it's I don't go see movies alone, so I usually try and get a date or something, or go with friends. Uh, but yeah, I'm at the movie theater once or twice a month easily. So I'm very excited. Very excited.
that's awesome, man. Well, what do you say we get into this to this week's news?
Let's get into it. We got a lot of news. There's a lot of shit announced and a lot of stuff we want to talk about and a lot of things that I want to touch. Giggity.
Giggity. Yeah, god damn it.
Dude, how many that's what she says on Borderlands did I get you by like 1 second?
I know, right? Oh, dude. You know what makes it even worse is my kids being the generations younger. Uh, I'm an elder millennial, so they're
Hmm.
alpha and Z all the way through
Right.
there. You know how many phrases they say, and I will sit in a meeting and somebody says something, and I'm going to start laughing to myself. But I know nobody else in the room knows why, because it's such a Gen Z thing. Like, did
Hmm.
this apparently the 6-7 thing that started popping up? I don't know if you heard about this.
Nope. Haven't heard about it.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't understand, 6-7 is kind of like our generation's 69, where if somebody says it, you're like, you laugh. The catch and the twist on this, Matt, is there's no fucking joke to it. That's the point. It has no relevant significance to it. It's just if somebody says 6-7, you
Who's the 6 and who's the 7?
I don't know.
That's my question, because
I,
like 69 goes like a puzzle piece, right?
yep.
Like right in there. But the 7, there's like a awkward fucking thing hanging out.
Uh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
No, apparently there's no point to it. But I digress. The point is my brain is brain rotted because from both angles here,
Hmm.
generational angles. But
Interesting.
uh,
There another one I've seen is bet. And
oh yeah,
apparently bet means oh yeah, that sounds good. Or like when I first heard it, I was like, well, no, that actually I thought it was like a retaliation, like, "You sure about that?" or something like that, but bet is more of a like an acknowledgement.
oh, see, and I could see that, but Bet wasn't one of those that I heard from the younger crew.
Mm,
This I actually heard from a lot of the how do I put this without sounding like an asshole? A lot of the it came from my army days with a lot of the urban culture and
mhm.
crossover. Um, because Bet was like, oh, Bet, as in
Exactly.
yes, But
Right,
now they
like
use it as in it's in a bet. I acknowledge it, and there's a different tonal to it, and I don't understand it. I don't. You know what? If you've
yeah.
got your younger kids listening to us, one, shame on you, and two, all I'm going to say is lava chicken. Have a nice day. You're welcome.
Yeah, I know that's a Minecraft reference, right?
Yeah, it's from the Minecraft
Yeah.
movie.
Chicken jockey.
Oh my gosh. I had to tell my
Great.
kids when we went to see it. I was like, if you fucking start acting like a hooligan in this movie theater when he says that, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, I heard people, like, brought live chickens in, and they were, like, throwing popcorn and soda all over the place. I'll tell you what, Bob, if I'm ever in a theater and I get soaked with soda, someone is getting put into a headlock and dragged to the manager's office.
I don't know why, but it makes. Do you see that video? The dude that just started
Mhm.
pissing in the theater.
Wait, what? Was it
Yeah, this happened.
ugh.
I don't remember what it was, but this dude was just he was drunk watching a movie, and it's a I think it
Was
was
it
a
hold on.
I
Was he
think it,
sitting down, or did he, like, stand up and just whip it out and just start pissing over
he
everyone?
stood up,
Oh,
and this
no.
was a movie where where people had their kids with them because it wasn't an R-rated movie. So he
Oh my
starts
god.
peeing on the back seat and splashes, and these two fathers just come out and start beating the
Oh,
brakes
yeah.
off of this dude. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I
He
don't
could
know why.
get in big trouble for that. That is, yeah, he can get, like, pedophile charge for that. Like,
Oh yeah,
forcing
absolutely.
your
That's
child, yeah, yeah, and don't do that. Get
no,
drunk at a bar like normal people and piss in a bathroom or on the side of a bar, you know?
yeah, yeah. Be
Not
normal.
in a
Get
not in a movie theater where kids are, that's so weird.
be a real American man. Get drunk at a
Yeah,
bar and then start a fight with the delivery truck driver and get stabbed.
exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
you
use
know
pretty much anything as a weapon in a
that
bar.
went. Damn, that went right over your head.
What? Death Stranding?
No, 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 no.
What? What?
Okay, all right, that went over your head. I'm gonna have to explain it now. Damn it,
Oh
I didn't get
god.
the
Alright.
reaction I wanted.
Oh.
And I know why. It's a sports ball reference. So
Ah.
the New York Jets had a football player that was known for doing what was called a play called the butt fumble, where he grabbed the ball and he was a quarterback and he ran into his own guy in front of him and fumbled the football. So he was known as the butt fumble guy, right? Well, he's finally retired. He's already got that label on him. He's a sportscaster for Fox. I think it was Fox. Don't quote me on this. And I'm purposely not saying his name so you folks
Sure.
can do your inference. He was in Indianapolis to broadcast the Indy and the Jets game this last weekend. He comes out of a bar, piss ass drunk, gets into an altercation with a delivery truck driver, and he's a football player, so he's a big guy.
Mhm.
Starts beating on this dude. The dude tries to defend himself, and eventually
Jeez.
resorts to the last thing, pulls out a knife and stabs this guy multiple times. He ends up in the hospital. He's in stable condition. Everybody's stable,
Well,
but
that's
then the
good.
cops get the reports and they go, "Oh, by the way, now you're getting charged with battery."
Oh, yeah, 100%. Why the fuck would you think I would know that reference, first of all?
It's on the internet, man. Go look at it.
Yeah, yeah. If it's not nerd culture or 90s movie or music culture, I'm usually checked out, man. Or video game culture in general, like, I know a lot, but yeah, okay. I get it
Yeah,
now, I get it now.
yeah.
Yep.
The internet. I'm an internet child, dude. Uh,
Shit. Oh, yeah. Same here. Speaking of internet, there's a lot of news on the internet.
oh yeah, how do we get here? Yeah, let's. We got a few things this week, folks. We had probably close to 10 items. I didn't keep count.
10 items on the list.
But we'll start in whatever order I decide. And at the top of this list, this one came from Game Informer. This came right pretty much after we recorded last week on
Mhm.
Friday. Payday developer Starbreeze recently announced that it has ceased development on Project Baxter, its cooperative game set in the D&D universe, Dungeons and Dragons, folks. This cancellation will result in layoff across the studio, which includes up to 44 employees and contractors. From Project Baxter was first announced in December 2023 with a 2026 launch window and was built as an Unreal 5 engine developed cooperative multiplayer D&D game. It was also described as a live service game, though the extent which was never made clear. Project Baxter was slated to launch on all major platforms and would have supported crossplay. Um, This
Dang.
sucks, man. I just I wanted I brought this up because I wanted to bring. I know you're not a big D&D guy. I know we got some players in the community. I'm one of
Mhm.
them. Um, this really sucks because Payday from is a it's a good series, and uh, they have. I mean, Starbreeze has definitely not been the top tier of games, but if you think about it, Payday is kind of a it's a multiplayer. It's live servicey. Um, in the D&D universe where you were given objectives to do, and I thought about it, where you're like, hey, you guys need to go kill this lich, do this dungeon dive, whatever this is, these mission-based games inside D&D, that would have appealed to me because story and role-playing is one thing like you do in Baldur's Gate, but when you're playing at the table, you end up with a lot of action economy. It's a lot of combat. Players want to roll dice. They want to have fun, and I think this would have been an awesome opportunity. I'm sad to see it go. I'm never happy to see people lose their jobs. And I really hope maybe we'll get something in the future, but who knows? Definitely, man.
That's a bummer. I know D&D as a IP has just a treasure trove of content that you can dive into and grab for any type of game that you want. And it sounded like this was going to be a pretty unique game. And I know the Payday games are great, and that developer is a really good developer. So it's sad to hear, yeah, whenever anyone loses their job, and it just sucks because that could have been a cool game, could have not been, but we'll never know. And it always sucks when studios close, and you always think what could have been, right? So sucks.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, what could have been, and it's the opportunity cost that comes in.
Yeah,
This was, I mean, it was officially announced 2 years ago, and you've got to go through you've got to go through a certain level of production before you announce it, and then there's the
right.
pre-production, and then there's the planning and the discussions and the licensing fees that would have been associated with that because Dungeons and Dragons is owned by Wizards of the Coast, who's owned by Hasbro. So there would have been a lot of there. That check was not light. So um, who knows? Maybe this is the last we see of Starbreeze Studios.
Yeah, hope not. But yeah, the writers, I mean, the whole game was probably written. So yeah, I hope they survive this, but that's tough, dude. And that's a huge sunk cost.
Yeah, yeah. Which is why I'm glad Sony is sticking. As much as I'm going to lose a six pack of beer, I'm glad that they're sticking to their guns with Wolverine,
Yep.
which still hasn't come out. Just want to point that out.
All right. Okay. So we're going to have a little release day party. All right. And we're going to drink a six pack. See, I'll share my six pack even if you buy it.
Well, that's called a gathering.
Exactly.
A
Exactly.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh, of an alcohol craft beer gathering.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah,
but
Wolverine is coming out 100%. Is it going to hit that window or even that year? Who knows? But the more we see it, the more likely it is. Dude, they got to hit that year because if they don't hit that year, we're getting into PS6 territory, and there's no way they're gonna risk that. So I think it definitely is gonna be our. We were supposed to get one tent pole game. So Sony announced their earnings and everything one year. They always do, and they brought out this slideshow and they say we're gonna have one tent pole game, one games as a service game, or no, like multiple games as a service games, and then one offshoot like experimental game. Astrobot was that, but I think now we're seeing two tentpole games. And when I say tentpole games, I'm talking about the big boys, the first party, right? The God of Wars, the Horizons, the Uncharted, stuff like that. And the two tentpole games of 2026 are going to be Housemarque Saros, and then Insomniac's Wolverine. So, and I think they have to do two tentpole games because like we're getting into PS6, and people like the devs aren't gonna start changing their games over to PS6. But anyway, we'll report on all that whenever the news comes. So I think we'll see a Wolverine state of play next year.
yeah, maybe. Oh, that would be sick, dude.
Yeah,
I'll be down to stream that one with you.
yeah. We'll do a reaction. We'll dial in the fucking sound and all that. Just yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it squared away. So
Yeah. Well, speaking of Sony, this this next one, sad news, unfortunately.
no.
I know. PlayStation. This one came from Video Games Chronicle. It's across multiple sites, but this is where I first reported it on through them. Is PlayStation quietly has canceled the remaining PlayStation the Concert 2025 U.S. tour dates. Um, so what this means is and there's actually an update. Wow, look at this as I'm reading it again.
Oh,
Um,
look at that
this was
live.
yeah, this was officially organizers GEA Live have confirmed to VGC that all remaining 2025 North American tour dates have been canceled. It is with great regret that we have canceled the PlayStation the concert tour dates in North America, a spokesperson said. Our team
All
has
of
spent
them.
a considerable amount of time developing this project, and we share in the disappointment of fans who will no longer be able to attend. We extend our heartfelt thanks to everyone who supported the show and appreciate your understanding in making this difficult decision. I don't know. We're gonna have to go
So
look. This is a live because as of when I heard
when the
it
fuck
was
do I get my money back? I
yeah.
bought I bought like golden fucking circle tickets for the Denver show.
This sucks, man. Uh,
Sucks bad.
yeah,
I
currently
was
has
excited for that.
dates on sale for the month. So it may. I don't know. We're gonna have to look it up. But if you were
Wait,
looking
did
into
you say
going to this
2025 or 2026?
2020,
Or
uh, well, it's called the 2025 forward, but it's 2026. Sorry.
so all the remaining 2025 shows
Yep.
or
It's see
okay,
that's where I'm getting confused is
because
because
ours is in February 2026.
okay, so we might be good. They might have canceled all
Okay,
the
good.
2025 dates.
Still, that sucks, but man, I really want to see this. Like there's supposed to be some sort of unique immersion in it where like holograms and shit, and it's going to be like Horizon music, God of War music, Ghost of Tsushima music, probably Ghost of Yote music, maybe not Ghost of Yote, but Last of Us, Uncharted. Like there was so much shit announced, and I love concerts, and this is like right in our wheelhouse, and I got tickets like day one. So do I have to buy out the fucking theater so it happens? Shit.
You'd be like 50 Cent, the Ja Rule concert.
Right.
uh, no, dude, that's I'm hoping it's still good for us in terms of where if it shows up. I'm confident we're still good for next year.
Okay, good.
A little ambiguous and I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely, like you said, it's the experience for me, like the visuals and the aesthetics and the show itself. Because I think PlayStation, Sony, should I say this correctly? Sorry, folks. I think PlayStation's first party titles have some amazing soundtracks, but outside of a few, like Uncharted is a very there's certain songs from the Uncharted track that stand out.
Yeah.
And there are hits in there in between. If you sent me to, let's say, I don't know, Horizon concert, I'd be like, hey, let me see Aloy, let me see all the cool mechanical things because ultimately, at the end of the day, they end up kind of blending together to me. And I don't mean it as a disrespect. The music's beautiful, but either way, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. I hope it I hope they go through with it because this is quite concerning. So
Yeah, I wonder what the impetus is because I never heard why
they're
they
just not
canceled.
selling. People aren't wanting to go see it. They're not selling seats. The economy's bad. This is a luxury thing, uh, and people need to buy fucking groceries and pay their bills, and the economy sucks. So
I guess that's fair, huh?
yeah, inflation is nuts, dude. Like eggs are like $8. The good eggs, stupid.
The good eggs.
Hmm. Yeah, like dude. Okay, I'm gonna show you a good egg and a conventional egg. Right, the yolk in a good egg is like orange, and do you know why?
Because it's not pasteurized.
No, no, you. I don't think you can pasteurize eggs, but
That
no.
that's what it's part of the process. There's a membrane on the outside. It's part of the pasteurization process
Wouldn't they
that gets
cook if
removed.
you pasteurize them?
Not necessarily.
Wouldn't you just have a hard-boiled egg?
Look at milk. Look at milk.
Okay.
So what they're doing is they're removing. There's a certain process that goes through, and it
Yeah.
removes some of the protection. That's why European eggs you can just leave out on the counter, and American eggs you have to put in the fridge.
Well, these eggs you can leave out on the counter.
Bingo.
They are orange because what makes orange when mixed with yellow?
Blue.
Red. And the bugs they eat. The bugs they eat.
Hmm.
They make the yolk. And when you have like a super light yellow egg, they're basically fed trash or grain,
Mhm.
and there's not a lot of nutrition in there. So I know they're cheap, folks. I get it. You can go to Costco, you can get these eggs for fucking ridiculously cheap, but look at your yolks. And I mean, one of the good eggs is probably worth the nutritional value of 3 of the conventional. Yeah. Um, I buy Vital Farms eggs, and they are expensive, but they're very high in nutrition. And nutrition, it's all about nutrition density in foods. I'm not going to go into it. How the fuck did we get on the egg conversation? I don't even know.
Is it the
Moving
chicken or
on.
is it the egg?
Is it the chicken? We were talking about people bringing in chickens for the Minecraft. I don't even know how we got on that topic, but yeah, if you have any health questions or anything, I'm big into health. I'm not a fucking doctor, and I don't give medical advice. I'll just share what I've experienced and what I do. So maybe we'll start a health channel on the Discord. But
Health
yeah,
is wealth, baby. Health is
health,
wealth.
health is wealth, dude. Oh my god, health is so important. I love the saying: you have 1,000 problems until you have one health problem, and then you have one problem.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that's entirely true. Uh,
Yep.
I don't know. I'm a traditional. I don't want to say male, but I don't go to the doc unless my wife forces me to.
Oh yeah.
I'm terrible. Don't do that, folks. Please.
No,
I
yeah,
I, I
dude,
I
just go
have a problem.
get your, get your blood work done once a year. If something comes up, then address it, and just get that blood work done. Get your RPG stats. You gotta see where you stand, and just do it like every year. Usually, if you work for a company, your health insurance pays for it. So anyway, well, I could do a whole fucking podcast series on health. But yeah, what's our next news item, Bob?
It's good news. Well,
Good.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's good news.
Okay.
Came in from VGC over here. Go after just 1 week at the top of the UK physical charts. This is physical sales charts. EAF EA Sports Football Club 26, and not American football. This is soccer.
Hmm. FIFA.
Drops the title
Right.
to Ghost of Yote.
Oh, good.
Yes. So,
Love it.
uh,
Love to see it.
yeah, this was according to the business editor Christopher Dring. This week's chart seems EA slipping down. He reported over on Twitter the UK boxed launch for Ghost of Yote is really, really good. It's number one, which means it beat the second week of EA Sports FC 26 and sold almost 3 times what Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 did on Switch.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, cool. Do we have sales figures for Ghosts of Yote? Love to
Um,
see it. Love to see it.
I haven't heard anything yet, but from my understanding, it is included in with this article. When one of the followers asked Dring how Yote's physical UK sales compare to those of its predecessor, he replied, "It's about 40% below, so it's
Okay.
down 40% on physical sales." But
Gotcha. Yeah.
that's just physical sale reports. These do not include the digital. When I hear about these, I will definitely report back on these because you and I are a dying breed, man. Gamers like us who prefer that physical touch and tactile feel. I get it. Convenience of digital, and I'll never stop you. I'm gonna just tap you on the shoulder and say, dude, you only have a license. You don't have a disc.
Right. Yeah, I got my Ghost of Yote physical version from Best Buy. Uh, it's got an awesome reversible cover. The disc art is awesome. And yeah, we're not only a dying breed in the fact that we like physical, we're a dying breed and very rare on how we play our games. And we might do a podcast topic on that, like how we actually play our games. Single player We don't really play any games as a service. We don't really do any microtransaction stuff. That is actually the lesser demographic of gamers. Most gamers, they're playing your Call of Duty, they're playing your Battlefield, they're playing your Fortnite, and that's all they do. And they spend hours upon hours on just those 3 games or something like that, or just one game, or Genshin Impact. So, yeah,
Yeah, no,
um,
you're right. You're right.
I
Maybe that would
I
be good.
I prefer it my way.
Yeah. I think you're right, man. I think we chat offline about this, but I think you're onto something there, and I got a couple of reasons why.
For
So
sure.
we can
Maybe
chat
we'll do a
offline about it.
podcast. Maybe we'll do a podcast topic on it.
That'd be kind of good. Um, well, speaking of the type of gamer I am, unless you got anything else on Ghost.
No, I'm super excited to play it, and I just love seeing its success anywhere I can. Shout out to Sucker Punch.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Can't wait to play it. Um, but yeah, this one comes. I'm reporting. So this I'm bringing up because I saw the original video and I was like, dude, this is my kind of thing. I love this. In fact, I'm subscribed to the channel. I would look for any of the newest stuff. And then it started circulating on the news outlets, and I went, oh, okay, I got to bring this up because there. I know I'm not the only kind of person that loves the history of games and the secrets and the undergrounds. Um, but last week, actually this last weekend, from when you're hearing, Liam Robinson over at Did You Know Gaming on their YouTube released a about 45 minute video, between 45 and 50 minutes, on a Xbox canceled game that was supposed to be Uncharted's rival
Hmm.
back in the early days. It was
What's
said
back in the early days? What are we talking? Like before they picked up the
2013.
Indiana? Oh, before they picked up the Indiana Jones IP, because I think
Uh-huh.
that was kind of their answer. They absorbed Bethesda, and they're like, Wolfenstein kind of looks like, and so
Yep.
this is interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This came back from there was a 30-second trailer tease during the Xbox E3 back in 2013. This is probably why we glazed over it, because that's the notorious Xbox dive year, if you want
Yeah.
to call it that. Um, but at the time, this title, which was called Project Ranger, didn't have an official name yet, was attached to Black Tusk Studios, and that wasn't even their first name. You can go watch the video, folks. They were named something, and then they picked up this project from Xbox and became Black Tusk, which then later became the Coalition.
Yep. That
And the co
they started making the Gears games.
Bingo. Yep. Went on to do the Gears of War stuff. Um, so I wanted to bring this up. Go look it up. It's Did You Know Gaming. There's a YouTube channel. This is off of their main one down there. Pre production began in early 2012. This was supposed. It's got a really cool history because originally was supposed to include Connect features. They brought on yeah, college students who are like, hey, you get experience and then we'll help you with the job. And the project fell apart. But from my understanding, it's a really cool game. It's kind of like this James Bond and Uncharted come together in a really cool set piece. A lot of the ideas. And what was taken out of it was the duck or the cover shooting was like the shooting, the mechanics and the fighting were considered the highlight pieces. And well, now you can see where that jump went from doing what they were Project Ranger into Gears of War,
Hmm. Very
because
interesting.
Gears at that time was already established. So Microsoft or Xbox said, "Here, you can at least do this. Don't fuck this up."
Right. Right. That would have been interesting to see. But yeah, 2013 was not a great year for Xbox. So that's a
Yeah,
very interesting piece of news for sure.
yeah. All right. All right. So the next. Oh no 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 no. All right. So this next one's a small piece. But I know you definitely enjoyed this game. For some reason, it came out of fucking nowhere. Announced. Control.
Yes.
I played this probably 6 months ago, give or
Hmm.
take, within the last calendar or within this calendar year, I believe. I played it. Absolutely enjoyed it. And then I said, wait, why is there no PS5 Pro patch? And then as of October 6th, so 2 days from we're recording, 3 days when you're hearing this, article came out. Control decided it's going to launch a 1. Or has already received its free update version 1.30, which includes missions, outfits, PS5 Pro updates, and more for all platforms. So this is Xbox Series X. Dude, there's so you got outfits, the astral dive suit, the tactical response gear, urban response gear, new missions, graphic overlays. You can go look at this. I got it from Insider Gaming. I don't know about you, man, but this kind of has me wanting to go back to check out Control.
Dude, Control was one of my favorite games on the PS5. PS4 originally released, and then yeah, I got a PS5 complete edition or something like that. It is a phenomenal game. It has incredible gameplay, a crazy ass story. It's from Remedy Entertainment, so the same people that made Alan Wake. It's in the same world as Alan Wake. Uh, Alan Wake is kind of explained a little bit because of the story of Control. And I have no doubt this is ramping up for the release of Control 2. So, no spoilers, but in Alan Wake 2 DLC, uh, you learn more about some stuff in Control. So, they all their games are connected. I think we might see a trailer for Control 2 at the Game Awards. And I love this post-release support. I love that they are adding PS5 Pro support. That's super cool because Control is like a benchmark game. Like there's a lot of shit going on, and I'd love to see what the PS5 Pro does with this game. So if you haven't played Control, it's a phenomenal third person. Uh, you have like psychic abilities. This is in the trailer, and you can like float and shit, and you have guns, and you're in the oldest house with the Federal Bureau of Control, and you're just like dropped into this story. And if you've played Alan Wake or even Max Payne, the story is out of this world. I mean, you read some documents late game that you're like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. But if you were like to read that document just coming right in, not knowing the emphasis and the foundation of what Control is, you'd think an insane person wrote it. Like this is a game where you really like it builds you up, learning about the story and gives you context of the actual world you're in, and the music, the gameplay, there's the soundtrack. Silent Poets are part of a lot of Remedy games soundtracks, and yeah, I it was almost my game of the year, but it came out when Death Stranding came out, so Death Stranding got it. It would have been my game of the year if not for Death Stranding. Control is a fucking phenomenal game, and I love to see this PS5 Pro support. And yeah, I might. It's only for the complete edition, right? It's not for the base edition because I don't know if I got the complete edition. They released DLC for it. I played all of that, but I don't think I ever got the complete edition. But this is enticing because I want to see how it runs on the PS5 Pro. Like Control is that game that's just like you want to go back and just see. So if you haven't played Control, I highly, highly recommend it. Did you beat Control?
Yeah, I beat it. I got the Ultimate Edition. Played
Ultimate
that.
Edition, yeah.
Yeah, the Ultimate Edition. So it is on there. It includes PSSR support, which is but however, using this feature can impact performance. So I'm kind of curious to see how that looks.
Mm.
Even and I say
Play it,
this,
play it
I
on
was
performance.
play it
Like
on performance.
100%.
I say this because exactly, Control is the kind of game you want performance. And number two,
Yes.
baseline, even without the Pro, it looks really fucking good.
Oh
Even
yeah.
even without all of the great enhancements and the latest OLED TVs and everything else, it still looks phenomenal. So it's definitely a pick up and play kind of game, or it's not a pick up and play kind of game. It's a if you pick it up, um, Control is one of those games that when I talk about something has character, this is what I mean. Uh,
Yeah.
there is something about this that is unique in its the way it naming conventions and the way it presents itself and the way it plays. That's different and separates itself from the rest of the pack. Because you can have a really good Metroidvania, but can you have a Metroidvania with a little bit of enough of a twist to where everybody remembers it? Um, and Hollow Knight is a good example of that. It's just like any other Metroidvania, but it changes it up in its writing and its presentation and everything else just enough to where it leaves an impact. Like a good example specifically for this one, and this is coming out of the press release here. Coming with, and this is with new missions. So, coming to missions, players can now try out Dr. Yoshimi Tokyo's guided imaginary experience, which features a voiceover by redacted. I'm not saying that name, and was
Yeah.
previously exclusive to the PlayStation 4 Digital Deluxe experience. The guided imaginary experience; those sense of words flowing together. Um, just speak character, and that's what I'm referring to. It sticks out. But yeah, definitely go check out Control. I love this game. I could see why it was your game of the year. I got onto it late, and
Almost.
I don't regret playing this.
Yeah, it was almost my game of the year. Death Stranding beat it out slightly. So yeah, and if you want to dip your toes into Remedy, guess what? One of the PS Plus games this month, which is so appropriate, is Alan Wake 2. And Alan Wake 2 is incredible. And dude, Remedy are master storytellers. So just yeah, incredible single player narrative driven games. And I might check out Control to get the new missions and the new just yeah. I would love to dive back into that game, and it might be pretty cool to do in ramping up to Control 2 because I honestly think we see Control 2 release 2026. So
Yep, this is a 2020. I agree. And go check out Alan Wake. I haven't even finished the first one, and I can tell you, I want to get back to it. Great
oh,
spooky game. Maybe I gotta pick that back up this October.
ooh, dude, yes. So you didn't play Alan Wake 2?
No, I haven't gotten a chance yet.
Oh my god. So all right, it's free on PS Plus. I know when,
I
right?
have it.
However, you need a spooky game for October. At least one. So Alan Wake, originally released on the Xbox 360 as an exclusive, recently came to PS4 or PS5. I think PS5 as a remaster, and all the DLCs included, everything like that. So yeah. Oh my god, it's sealed, Bob. We're looking at a Alan Wake 2 PS5 sealed physical version. Now you don't even have to unseal it. Now you can just add Alan Wake 2 to your library. There you
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
Shout
There
out to
you go.
PS Plus. Shout out to PS Plus.
Oh, it's so good. Uh, but yeah, I'm still surprised that they did this.
Yeah, that's
Built
it's cool.
Control came out like you said with Death Stranding 1, and we just played Death Stranding 2. So this is really interesting to see them go back. Um,
Yeah. Control has incredible physics. Like it's groundbreaking physics, and that's why it's so taxing on PCs or consoles. Like it's a benchmark game. When I say benchmark game, it means you got to have a nasty rig to play this shit, or you're gonna have issues if you don't. But yeah, it chugged on PS4. I played it in performance mode. It probably looked like shit compared to what it can look like now. And now PS5 Pro, always play it on performance mode. Just you like shoot something and everything just gets destroyed, and all the shit like papers are flying off desks and sparks are going everywhere. And when you kill an enemy, like they explode in a neon cloud of fucking smoke. So yeah, it's a wonderful game. I highly, highly recommend it. And I'm so glad to see Remedy is still supporting it. But they're like poking us. They're saying, hey, remember Control? You got Control 2 coming up. So sharpen up on your Control lore because it's coming.
I do remember that about this game. That is a lore heavy game. I don't want to say
Oh yeah.
lore heavy. There are so many documents to read.
Yep.
Even so much, and I play a lot of text-based games, but even after a while, I was like, "Holy shit, get over it."
Right.
But
I read every fucking single one of them. I remember about 10% of it, I gotta say. But there is a key they tell you like late in the game that unlocks all of that uh, context for all of it. So there's like a key phrase and a twist in the game. They tell you that then you go back and read and you're like, this fucking makes sense now. It was all gobbledygook, and I thought I was going insane while reading it, and I thought it was like a typo on the developer side, but nope, it makes sense now. It's an incredible game. Control's amazing. Love it.
yeah. All right. Well, I told you I'd throw this in here for us because this I totally forgot to put on there, on the current document, if you will. Um, do you remember Yacht Club game, or Yacht Club games, folks? Do you remember that they had a game coming out, or they have a game coming out this year? Been on their backers list for years. Mina the Hollower. Um, I'm sorry, folks. This is coming directly from their website. As of October 6th, it was posted. This week, our team made a tough decision. We decided to delay Mina the Hollower. The entire crew has been working tirelessly day and night to finish development for release on October 31st, but we're just not quite there yet. This isn't a major delay. It's just a stretch of time to apply some final polish and balancing to make the game truly shine. And then they go on down there. They haven't announced the new date, but
You
the
got
game
wait.
is.
You got to continue that and say what we're working on, and then go to the bullet
That's
points.
exactly where I was going.
Yeah, it's fucking
Uh,
hilarious.
this game is so close to being done. We're playing it from start to finish every day. In the final hours, this is what the crew is working on: finalizing design, art, and sound, overall game balance, implementing localization, eating cheese, testing on all platforms. Thank you for your understanding and patience. Sincerely, the Yacht Club Games crew. Um, I know you were looking forward to this. I know it was drafted by somebody this year. Um, Before I kick it to you, over to you. I want you to look at that first bullet point where it says finalizing design, art, and sound. Um, that tells me this is a small delay in air quotes, but I could be wrong. What do you think?
We'll see. I am actually one of the backers of this game. I was one of the very early backers. I'm in the 600s, I think. Yacht Club Games is a incredible indie developer. They made Shovel Knight. They helped publish Cyber Shadow. And I have my full faith that they are doing what they say they are. This delay doesn't upset me one bit. I want the game to be polished. I played a demo of the game on Switch 2 and I adored it. Uh, hey kids, you like the classic top-down Zeldas? Do you like Castlevania with some Souls-like elements? Well, guess what? Have I got a game for you? It's called Mina the Hollower. And everything I played, I loved. I played a slice of the game. And yeah, dude, take your time. Um, Honestly, I think delays are sometimes good as long as they are head down and doing what they say they are. And I really do think they have a lot of care and they're putting a lot into this game. And delays aren't a bad thing. Uh, if you have a big publisher behind you and there's some bullshit along with it. But this is like a small indie dev. Dude, how many times did fucking Silksong get delayed? How many times did we not even hear about anything from Silksong? And then 7 years later, we get an absolute banger that's in the echelon of Game of the Year nominees. I think Mina the Hollower is going to be amazing. And delay it, release it January 1st, 2026. So Caleb doesn't get the points.
I was gonna say, dude. I'm on their official press release, their site for this press release, and there's comments at the bottom. I read this one for fantasy critic purposes. Can you say the word 2026?
Yeah. Right. Right.
uh, that's great. That's great. That tells you how much hype there is behind this game.
Right. Oh yeah, dude. I highly recommend the demo. You can. I don't know if it was a time demo, but the minute it was announced, I played it, and I played it 3 times in a row. Because there are weapon choices in the beginning. It is a Souls like. It is a fucking hard game, and it's. I gotta say, like it's if it's if Zelda, the top down Zeldas like your Oracle of Ages, your original Zelda, your Link to the Past, if that and Castlevania had a beautiful baby with Souls like elements,
Hmm.
um, I just I just hope it's not delayed into early December because Metroid Prime 4 is getting that time slot for me. Please, Yacht Club, Metroid Prime 4 is coming, and it'll probably might get delayed. Who knows? But like don't release it within 2 weeks of that fucking window, please. Maybe like a mid-November, like a 2-week delay, or a even late November. I don't know. Like, just be mindful of the Metroid Prime 4 release for your sake. You don't want that to cannibalize your sales. And I mean, the Venn diagram, right? How many people are playing Metroid Prime 4 and how many people are playing Mina the Hollower? I mean, if you're a big fan of old Nintendo IPs, that's what it is. Mina the Hollower is a Zelda spiritual successor. And they even said, we're inspired by Zelda. We're inspired by all of it's a 16-bit game, or 8-bit. It's an 8-bit game. It's an 8-bit. I mean, it's not an 8-bit game, but it's trying to mimic the 8-bit feel, and I think they did. So I played a demo. Take your time. You know, a Miyamoto's famous quote: "A rush game is forever bad, but a delayed game is eventually good."
Yep, absolutely, man. They very well played. Um, I totally forgot. Aside, I forgot Yacht Club was behind Cyber Shadow.
Yeah. Did you play?
Um, no, but I've always been wanting to.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
Oh, is it? Yeah, bring it
I
on,
can't
bitch.
platinum it. I beat it. I completed it. I 100%ed it. I can't platinum it. There's a trophy for getting through the first 3 levels, not getting hit.
Oh
And
shit.
Cyber Shadow, do you know what Cyber Shadow is
Yeah,
inspired from? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's an incredible game though. Really, really good pixel art indie. Highly recommended.
Nice. Um, but yeah, Mina, sorry. Let's go into some potential speculation. This one's got me somewhat excited, like somewhat. This one comes from Insider Gaming. Um, the yet to be announced Halo Combat Evolved remake
Mm.
may be co-developed by one of Virtuos Studios. Two new reliable claims state. This is coming from excuse me. Early leaks and a subtle tease from Halo Studios have hinted at it, but it's according to Xbox Era and Mr. Rebs. It's in production and already has another studio attached to help, which is coming off of from Virtuous. Which, by the way, for the record, anybody that doesn't remember, you know what Virtuous did? They did 2 games this year, Matt.
Yeah, they did. They did Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster or remake, whatever it was, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Yep. So this is after Mr. Rebs. Mr. Rebs first started this on his YouTube. I hope I'm saying his name, Mr. Rebs, Rebs. After his claim, Xbox Era went on and backed it up, saying that one of their sources have also confirms that this game is in production. Um, that means I only have one question. Do you think, Matt, that this will be a day in date to PlayStation?
Day and date. I do. I It's happening, Bob. It really is. I honestly think that it will be multi-platform. Elder Scrolls Oblivion was. The Outer Worlds is. Gears of War uh, Reloaded was. That's like, I mean, Forza Horizon. It's happening. We're getting Halo. I think it'll be a 2026 release. I think we're getting an announcement this month. It's finally happening. We are getting, and they're not going to give us the Master Chief Collection. No, 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 no. They're going to milk us for all we're worth, and they're getting all of my money. They are getting all of it. I will buy Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach, and that's where Halo ended. No, maybe Halo 5. I don't know. I haven't played 5. I've heard horror stories about it. I loved 4, loved the shit out of 3. 1 isn't notoriously the best Halo. 2 and 3 are usually the favorites. My favorite, I wasn't really big on the Halo series back in the day, so I kind of really got into it on the 360 with 4. Or no, that was that Xbox One or 360? I don't know.
360 was 3.
Yeah, 3. 3 is my favorite. 3 is my favorite. It's happening. We're getting Halo. And here's the thing, Bob. I'll get it physical if they release a physical, which they should. We got a Gears of War physical. When I have that in my hand, when I see Halo Combat Evolved remake with the PS5 banner at the top, I'm gonna cry a little. I'm gonna be like, damn, we actually did it. Like it's over. It's over. And competition for the consumer competition for the consumer is good. It's good. And I mean, dude, Xbox is gonna be dead as a first party console manufacturer, one of the big three. I'd say next year. And they're gonna go the Sega route. And honestly, when I see that, like, dude, they're losing so many Game Pass subscribers. I feel like they rose the price because they're a sinking ship trying to salvage the sunk costs they already have. And they're making the ones that are like the diehard, the ones that are holding on to the planks of fucking wood, because the ship's already down at the bottom of the ocean, bro. They're making the ones holding on to the Jack, right? He's holding on to Rose's hand. They're the ones that are like just gonna help alleviate that sunk cost. And yeah, Halo Combat Evolved remake in partnership with Virtuos Studios is going to be a multi-platform release on Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. I think it's happening. I think we're getting Halo. I think it'll be early next year, mid next year. I think we're getting an announcement by 343 Studios or whatever the fuck they're called now. I don't know. They've rebranded multiple times because Infinite was in bad shape and they did not do a good job. Just go back to your source material. Just start re-releasing all the Halos. Like those are beloved classics. Now, here's my question: how are they going to support the online PvP stuff? Because that's where Halo really shines. I don't care about any of that. I might dabble in it a little bit, but just like with Gears of War, I'm there for the campaign, the story, the co-op. Uh, that's my question. Like, are you going to spin up teams to manage all of this? Because I mean, we'll inevitably Halo Combat Evolved, if it's multi-platform day one, will sell bonker amounts. Like this thing is going to crush sales, and then we'll inevitably get Halo 2, Halo 3. They're going to milk us. It'll release at a full maybe $50. And yeah, it's happening. It's happening. There are so many rumors. There are so many things pointing to this, and it's time. And I think 2026 will be the year we get Halo on PlayStation. And just saying that sounds fucking weird.
That would be amazing, dude. And there might be a certain sense of poetic beauty to this, because the Halo is so deep into my gamer DNA, because I played the original Halo on the original Xbox on split screen back in the day with friends, playing the campaign on the hardest difficulty, doing like I was in there. I was in the community of watching the Warthog jumping contests and seeing how far we can make the fucker flip across the island. And I was there. Trust me, I was with in the trenches from the very beginning. And I agree with you. 3 is probably the best one in the entire series. Um, and I know this is going to probably be blasphemous, and I'm going to get clutch your pearls, but ODST is a solid number two.
Nice. Halo 4 was on the 360, by the way. It was.
That's right. That's right. It was um,
That's my
because it
second.
because it came after ODST, and that's where Bungie, because ODST was Bungie's like farewell to the game, and then
Mhm.
Halo Studios, was previously 343, took over from there on
Mhm.
Halo 4. Um, and the reason I bring this up is because next year is the 25th year anniversary of Halo,
There it is. There it is.
and I didn't bring it up earlier, but now that because you mentioned it, this came out a little before our last episode, but I missed it until after, and I didn't want to back up. Is The Halo World Championship takes place October 24th of this month, um, and Halo Studios promised a new showcase event focusing on the future of Halo.
Yep, that's when we're getting it. End of this
So
month.
yep. Keep it prime, folks. And I do want to touch in on what you said with day and date. I think there's a good strong case for this. I didn't We didn't go into it too much with Xbox. During the last talking about Game Pass last week. First off, I want to say, so anyways, Game Pass isn't profitable. And two, this is I think Xbox is learning a lesson that they should have learned a long time ago, which is a la carte sales still make for money and they help keep the rest of your ship afloat. You
Mhm.
can have Fortnite and you can have Call of Duty. The thing is, and a lot of that money in revenue does come through back to you. You know, Jesus, GTA Online probably makes hand over fist for Rockstar, and every bit of that $10 sale or that whatever sale gets cut to gets to cut through the market that it comes through. 30% is the industry standard, but here's the difference. Sony or PlayStation gets to sit back and just say, "Hey, yep, here's Fortnite. Here's Call of Duty. Come play it down here. We don't care. You can buy it if you want, um, or you buy it, and then even if you were to get it for free, we don't care because every one of those microtransactions is going to go right back to Microsoft. The difference is I'll take 70% of what you're making. Microsoft is getting 100%, but they're also footing 100% of the fucking production costs and the studio costs to keep that game running and on their own platform. Microsoft needs to make money off of the sales, and Game Pass is not. That's what it should be doing. It should substantiating the cost to keep the ship afloat, and it's obviously not doing that. So, I'm truly convinced Xbox at this point is getting the big hammer from Microsoft, and they're like, "No, you're going to raise the price." Somebody had to have been sitting in a meeting and said, "Okay, how much does Game Pass, Phil? I love you, buddy. But how much does Sarah? We love you, darling. But how much does Game Pass need to actually realistically cost?" And I'm talking about Ultimate Edition in order to make up for our sinking ship. And when somebody says $30, that's what it is. It's $30 a month, and if you want the games, you can go buy the games a la carte like the rest of the community. And if you have a real hardcore fan, that's what Ultimate's going to be for. It's going to be for the people who are truly hardcore on Game Pass and the Microsoft or in the Xbox ecosystem, and that's fine. But I think that's where we're going, and because of that, Matt, I think that's why we're going to get Halo because the a la carte sales on a Sony platform, on a game that's going to have the zeitgeist of that, that's a 15, $20 million. I'm saying that's a 15, 20 million unit seller easily. Easily. You have 80 million PS5s in the wild right now. Take a quarter of those to give us
Mhm.
20 million. 20 million units. I guarantee you one out of four PlayStation players has played Halo and is interested and would buy it for the novelty alone, let
That's true.
alone being a fan.
Yeah, it depends on the price. And very well said. Very well. It's a contingency plan. They
Mhm.
are they aren't trying to keep the ship afloat. They are recouping costs of a sunk ship. And they're using their hardcore fans to do it. And they ran uh y- you know uh hypothetical uh environments of like what would happen and scenarios. That's the fucking word I was thinking of. And they are expecting to lose a lot of people, but raising this price and having like 10 people pay $30 each, then losing 20, it's the same cost. So they're recouping sunk cost. And dude, I I hate the console wars. I've always hated them, but I stuck my flag into PlayStation in 2013. I've always been a PlayStation fan. I had the 360 as my primary, but I saw where they were going. I saw where their head was at, and I saw who they were and who they wanted to be and why they were there. And I stuck my if you're gonna say console wars, I picked a fucking side and I planted my flag into the PlayStation brand. And I'm not a fanboy. I criticize them and I say shit about them that they do wrong. And I'm not a fanboy, but I stuck my flag in the PlayStation brand in 2013. And from a console war perspective, we fucking won.
Yeah.
It's over, guys. It's over. Like Xbox is going the Sega route. Dry your tears up. Go buy a PlayStation console and play the best games that have ever been released in the last fucking decade or two. There's a huge library of them. They're amazing and we'll welcome you with open arms. So cry about it. I don't care. I hate the console wars, but I gotta say, if you still think there's competition, there's not. Plays
Yeah.
and Nintendo ducked out of the game with the Wii, and they're like, we're our own unique little thing. We're not even in competition with these guys. But they're still in competition for your time. Hell, Instagram's in competition for your time. Facebook's in competition for your time, right? But Nintendo isn't doing too hot either. PlayStation really isn't even doing too hot as well, but they're doing the best out of all three. And now this Game Pass increase, it's just going to force people either over to PC, which is okay, whatever, or onto PS5. We have a lot of PC players in our community, and a few of them are asking us about PS5 and looking to get a PS5 Pro. Just saying, we're seeing it because a lot of the PC ports, they're broken too. So if you consider Xbox a competition to Sony right now, it's not anymore. We won.
Yeah.
Console wars are over. They're done. We won. Go get a PlayStation. Bask in the glow of the best first party IP games we've ever seen.
Yeah, very very well put. I I'm not a console war individual. I just placed I I buy what was for many decades. This is not years, literal decades. I bought every console, major console that was released, right? Um, and I purchased them, and then Xbox One came out, and despite the 2013 announcement in E3 press, I continue to read and watched Microsoft roll back their changes on the Connect and the DRM turn in, all of that. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you one last chance, Xbox. And every time I went to my local game store, I went to GameStop, I went to my local place, I went to Walmart, I went to Target, I went wherever, because surprise, folks, there used to be a thing called a store you could go and get games. There was nothing for Xbox. We had Rome. What was it? I think it was Rome or something like that. And then I saw PlayStation and it just hit. And the
Oh,
PS4,
Rise, Son of Rome.
Rise,
Yeah.
Son of Rome. And then
Titanfall.
Titanfall. But Titanfall was good,
Yeah.
but and it was an amazing game. But then it just didn't get the love that I needed. And then I saw what PlayStation was putting out banger after banger after banger on the PS4.
Yep.
And they and Microsoft lost to me. And I think what you put it best when you were talking about Nintendo and how they're not in competition. I think the writing on the wall is there. You and I are, I don't want to say it, man, but we're dying. We're a dying type of gamer. You said it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are upcoming gamers. They play Fortnite. They play Overwatch. They play. It, have you ever heard of a game called SCP?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you've never even heard of it, but it's a community, like a project community of writing up. Like there's this whole lore. There's a website and there's Discord servers and there's a game dedicated to it. My son has 4,000 fucking hours in this game.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. So I'm just putting it out there. We are the unique ones. And Sony's done a really,
Mhm.
PlayStation's done a really good job of just like kind of walking around and not doing much, but just sticking the course because Nintendo realized, and this is, and I thought about this recently, they've kind of said, well, instead of being just a game company, we need to be a brand. That's why we're opening up the theme parks. That's why we're releasing the movies. That's why we're giving you a Larmo. Um, they're selling a they're selling a brand. They have a market and they know it. Miyamoto, I'm sorry, it might have been Iwata, that famously said people graduate from Nintendo products, and it's true.
Mhm.
They realize that strength and they lean into it. Sony or PlayStation realized that their strengths are their first party quality single player adventures, and that's what they leaned into.
Mhm.
Microsoft or Xbox saw the success of XBLA because that was an amazing platform. That's where you got things like Castle Crashers, for example, um, uh, or Super Meat Boy, which didn't technically start there, but it kind of really got it, or it kind of got its hit there. And they leaned into that and said, "How can we make this work? How can we make this work? Let's put everybody on a platform and give them a bunch of games." And now they're realizing if you saturate the market with too many games that are free, you have to support all of those studios, and your gamers the gamers aren't paying into your system as much. And it kind of fell for them. They had the right idea, their execution was just poor, kind of like PlayStation with their live service initiative.
I was there, 2013, E3 2013. I was there. I watched the keynote, and I was big on the 360. I was a huge 360 fan, right? And they unveiled the Xbox One. They didn't talk about one fucking video game. They talked about uh, sports, Call of Duty, and TV. And they were like, and we have an announcement for Halo, the Halo television series, which I've heard it wasn't good either. But yeah, that day I grabbed all my third party Xbox 360 games and I went to GameStop and I I converted them all to PS3. I have a long ass fucking receipt that has all those games, and I switched my primary that day, planting my flag. So yeah, it's definitely not something to celebrate. I hate console wars. It's they're all plastic boxes. The games are the things that matter. That's what PlayStation started focusing on, was the games, and it is bad for the industry if when Xbox falls. It's bad for the industry and it's bad for the consumer because now PlayStation is on top, just like they were on the PS3, and they don't have a lot of competition, and competition is not good for the consumer. Now PlayStation can kind of become complacent if they want. And I really hope they don't. I hope they learn their lesson. And I mean, we are getting incredible first party games. I mean, we just got Ghost of Yote, which is a banger, fucking 88, 89 on Metacritic or OpenCritic. We're getting Saros, dude, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. We just got an incredible second party game, Death Stranding 2. And we're getting Wolverine. We're getting Spider-Man 3 eventually. There's probably an Uncharted game in the works. They're still focusing on their their core strength, and that is premium single player or co-op narrative driven titles. And I'm all for it. Quality over quantity. I love the model they're going. They try to dip their toes in the gas market, the games as a service market, and that they, that hit them right back in the face. They canceled a fucking game after they released it, which is unheard of. They've canceled so many games, and now they just need to focus on what makes them good. Maybe still dip their toes into the games as a service free to play market, because you do have to have one of those out there. Dude, they have an IP that they're sitting on that would make an incredible games as a service battle royale game. Do you know what IP I'm talking about? Can you take a guess? And they
Mm.
literally have synergy with the TV show, Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
Dude, they made Destruction All Stars as a PS5 launch title, when they could have been focused on Twisted Metal. They have the synergy with the TV show. That would be an awesome battle royale, games as a service, free to play. You don't even have to make it free to play. Make it like a $30 game. Look at Helldivers. That was a $40 game. And it was a banger for them. Second party. Arrowhead is the developer. And now it's on all platforms. And Sony kind of fucked that up. PlayStation fucked that up a little bit. And dude, yeah, Twisted Metal, Siphon Filter, okay? Like they have, or not Siphon Filter, what is the SOCOM? SOCOM.
SOCOM. Yep.
SOCOM. You could even make a Siphon Filter games as a service game. They're talking about a Horizon game. They were working on a fucking God of War multiplayer games as a service game and put Blue Point on it. Guys, come on. No, you have Twisted Metal. You have SOCOM. Remember MAG? They could dip back into there. Layer. You could have dragons all over the place. Just put me in the fucking chair room board of PlayStation and I'll turn them around. Like they're sitting on so many IPs. And Infamous would be a good sandbox multiplayer games as a service. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited for the Horizon one if they ever announce that, because I love the Horizon gameplay, and hunting machines together would be really fun. I'm actually pretty pumped for that, and I hope it goes somewhere. They canceled Last of Us Factions, yeah. But even with all this, even Sony like bumped down a peg. They are destroying Xbox. And think of if they were peak PS4, new IP, 2015, 2016 Sony. Think if they were like peak PlayStation, how it'd just be no contest. But they've made some missteps, but Xbox has made more. So yeah, I hate to see it.
Yeah, they really have, and you're absolutely right. I hate to see it. Yeah, what makes it so interesting is like you said, they had it and then they lost it with Helldivers in Arrowhead. If that game was literally just shit out by Sony, they gave you a hey, Helldivers 2 is coming, and that was it. Nobody expected it to blow up the way it did, and
So
I
fun.
think maybe they are finally getting around to doing this, but they need to get back to their core premise of what made them really good, or successful, which is you find a project, you find a studio. God damn it, bring Shuhei back. Uh, go out there. Hey, this project has promise. Okay, we're going to help back it a little bit. We're going to give you a little bit of funding to bring it over the finish line. We're going to get a cut of it. Cool. And if it's a live service game and it catches, you've already got them on the hook to go. Cool. Hey, would you like to join the PlayStation family? And let them prove themselves as to why they need to be a member of your brand and member of your team. Versus, because anytime you've seen in history, and I'm going to go down the history path, anytime you see this, more often than not, where a major console manufacturer or whatever you want to say, the big three develop Sega, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. Anytime it happens and they go, oh, we're going to gobble up a bunch of competition on sight unseen, and we're going to do all of this, and we have these big plans for these, it blows up in their face. Look at the Dream Team from the 90s. Remember that, folks? Yeah, Miyamoto's big Dream Team. It included some names on there, but it blew up really fast, or it blew up in their face pretty hard. And I'm not saying we didn't get some good stuff out of there, because Rare was on that list. So was DMA Design. DMA Design went on to be Rockstar North.
Yeah.
So it was there, but it never came to fruition. Find the small teams, develop them. There are plenty of indie studios out there. There are plenty of indie studios. I know there's got to be people out there who are chomping at the bit to be like, "Oh, dude, we're getting a backing from Sony. We're getting a backing from Nintendo." Ember Lab. Yeah, we would love to do this. All you got to do is find one that's working on a live service that has the potential and go for it. But
yeah, and two things. So, one, to give PlayStation credit, their experimental game last year won Game of the Year. Like Astrobot. They're like, this isn't in our core formula. It's a 3D action platformer, and it's on the heels of a basically a packed in free game that was for the PS5. And it was experimental. And they're like, hey, Team Asobi, you have creative reign. Make us a full game. And dude, we got a game of the year. And it's one of my favorite games on PS5. So, and two, PlayStation said a long time ago, they're like, oh, we don't go around buying studios. We like working with them. We like building a relationship. We like taking years of collaboration and then buying them. Look what they did that with Insomniac, and look where that got them. And now look on the opposite end of the spectrum where they said, oh, Xbox, Microsoft is buying all this shit. We better buy stuff too. Who'd they buy? They bought Firewalk. They bought Haven. They bought Bungie.
Bungie.
How's that going for you, PlayStation? Not
Yeah.
great. Stick with your mantra, build relationships, and collaborate with these developers and, you know, see what you're buying first. Try before you buy. You know, work with them. They worked with Insomniac for like 10 fucking years before they bought them for $3 million
But they
or
spent what,
something like that.
1.2 billion or some shit on Bungie?
3 billion or something. Let me check my math. But
Okay. More money
yeah,
than I'll ever see.
oh yeah, it's crazy amounts. But yeah, they bought Insomniac for dirt cheap. Insomniac has given them banger after banger. They got Spider-Man. They got Ratchet and Clank. Like it's I don't know why they didn't stick with what they said. Nintendo said the same thing. Like, we're not going to go out and buy studios. When you buy the studio, you buy the studio. You don't buy the people. That's slavery. And people leave. And that's what we've been seeing with Bethesda, with uh with Bungie, with Activision. All the main players, the important people are leaving. So what did you buy? Did you buy IPs with no creators involved with them, or did you buy the brand, the name? Because the soul of a developer are the fucking people that create it. And you have retention. You have, I forget what it's called, when you pay them a little extra. And you're like, hey, you got to stay here for a bit. It's not royalties or something.
You're talking about the retainer.
Retainer. But ultimately, they can leave, and that's what we're seeing. And all these studios Microsoft's bought, a lot of people have left Bungie. Like, you are left with the hollow shell of the company you bought for a very premium price without the soul of it. It loses the soul. It loses the people. Or you're stupid and you fucking lay off the people that made your developer. Like, the reason you bought this developer was because of the people, because of the creators, because of the IP they created. So what are you left with? An IP and a name with no creators involved? Stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, man. It's very well put. Um, let's see. What else we got? We got.
Oh, I
I
was
was gonna
way off. Sorry, not 3 million. My apologies. It's closer to 300 million, but
Okay.
still a drop in the bucket from Bungie. In Sony PlayStation, Sony Interactive Entertainment, the PlayStation brand acquired Insomniac Games in August 2019 for approximately 229 million. Now, I know that when they bought Bungie, it was in the billions. And which which developer is more lucrative for you? Their PlayStation. They bought Bungie in 2022 for 3.6 billion. We're talking more than 10 times the amount. And now they're teaching Bungie how to make games and stay afloat. So, yeah, that's my little mini rant. But I mean, PlayStation came out and said, "Yeah, we like to build relationships and then buy the developer." And then I don't know who made the decision, Jim Ryan or Holst, but they went and they just bought willy nilly Bungie. Like, everyone was like, "Oh my god, Bungie is part of PlayStation now!" Haha, Xbox. But Xbox still owns the Halo IP. And yeah, we got the Destiny IP. We're going to get the Marathon IP. How's that going for you? And we're going to get other games like this Froggy game or whatever. But Bungie's hurting. Destiny, the player count is the lowest it's ever been. And they released another game too, like Destiny mobile game that's not even on PlayStation. It's like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
excuse me. Yeah, no, you're right, man. Um, it
Rant
sucks.
over.
Rant over. There's a couple other news items on here. Nothing big. Maybe I'll toss them in the Discord for everybody. But I'm thinking, man, that's a nice long rant. And let's say we get the hell out of here and go play some games. What are you thinking, man?
Yep. I'm gonna dive into Silk Song and hate my life for a little bit. Oh, I hit a boss that I can't beat. But these Metroidvania games, you know, you hit a boss and you're like, oh, it's impossible. But then you just keep going and you go on. You
Mhm.
learn the patterns, you learn the dance, and then you beat them eventually. So, yeah, I'm gonna play Hollow Knight. You got any fun plans this weekend?
I'm well. If everything goes according to plan, I'm going to be on the road. Uh, like I said, working the next stage of my life. With my oldest moving out here, so got to drive a U-Haul trailer and get the hell across the country and go to another location and come back, and then we're going right into another event. You and I next week. So
Yeah,
definitely going to be a shorter week in the what is Bob playing game field, but outside of that, man, yeah, just
yeah,
continuing to play games, drinking beer.
heck yeah. We're going to a Witcher concert. I'm excited for that, and that will be the night before we record. So we'll tell you all about it. So and Bob hooked us up once again. So thank you for that. Thank you. But yeah,
Oh.
I'm seeing Tron 3 times. So and hopefully it's a movie that I watch and I'm like, "Oh, that was awesome. I can't wait to watch it again and like gain more," you know? Or it's going to be a movie like, "What the fuck just did I just watch? I need to watch it more." Cuz the first time I watched The Matrix, I was like, "I don't know what the fuck I just watched." Second time I was like, "Okay, it makes a little more sense, but I'm still lost." Third time I was like, "I get it." And now it's my favorite movie of all time. So,
Oh, that's
I
good.
really, yeah, I hope it's a head scratcher. And I hope it's a movie you have to watch multiple times to understand. Legacy was a little bit like that. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this was fun. Um, it's been a blast talking games with you, drinking some beer, ranting about video game companies. Always fun. And thank you, everyone, for listening out there. We really appreciate it. Just keep the conversation going. Keep ranting to your friends, and we'll see you on Discord. Have a great rest of your day.
Peace.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado, by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.